What's going on, y'all? Today we got NBA legends explain how good was Luc Longley. Let's get into it, man.
Ask me to do it all over again. There's no way I would leave Luc Longley off my team. No way possible. Because he mattered. You know, he had an impact on me.
Well, go MJ.
MJ himself, man.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean Davis.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Sean David, and I welcome you to your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball, also known as the Basketball Time Machine. Now, in the past couple of weeks, I did my best to also cover some players who kind of got forgotten over the years and didn't get the credit that they deserve. So in today's episode, I want to take a look at NBA legends talking about Luc Longley, the big fella of the Chicago Bulls. But before we start with that, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoy the content. All right, enough
You
of
as
that.
well.
Let's do it.
I would appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It would help your boy out a lot.
So who do we start with? Let's start with the greatest player of all time, a former teammate of Luc Longley, Michael Air Jordan. Let's hear what he has to say about his former teammate.
He matters to me. Yeah, you know, he does matter to me. And his story needs to be told. And I'm pretty sure I can enlighten it from my perspective and, you know, and give people his meaningfulness to me, you know, as a teammate, as a competitor. Sure, I mean, there's some good and there's some bad, but that's all a part of life. You know, you're going to have friends that you have good and bad things about.
It's a fact.
If you ask me to do it all over again, there's no way I would leave Luc Longley off my team. No way possible, because he mattered. You know, he had an impact on me. He helped me change as a person.
I felt that Luc was a little bit of a fish out of water coming into the culture, the NBA culture.
Luc was a very gentle, nice person by nature. To be more of an intimidator, to knock somebody down. None of that was Luc's demeanor.
I was a gentle and empathetic young kid who had to figure out how to discard some of the gentleness and adopt some MJ, if you like.
I don't think Luc had the mentality of what it took to win. And, you know, you want to see that frustration. You want to see a little bit of anger. You want to dominate, you know. And there's times where I had to push him on that. You had to show him a little tough love. You know, that's what I call it, tough love.
He took a lot of heat from Michael, but he was also respected by Michael. So he fit right into the group and became a mainstay, you know, for that entire era.
You played with the Timberwolves?
Through his rookie season. I liked his game, I liked his size, I liked the fact that he was a really good passer, that he was a teammate. Yeah, it was his bulk more than anything else, his size. He's a big guy.
Well, you know Jordan too, Marv, as you say, he wants to do it, the Bulls want to do it, but Jordan never cedes. He never shows anger or issues threats. He just was just talking with his focus on.
Oh, nice foul by Longley. It's interesting watching Michael Jordan from time to time.
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman receive almost all the attention on the Chicago Bulls. Scottie for his dynamic play, Dennis for his heart and hustle, and Michael for just being Michael. But they're all anchored in the middle by the affable Aussie, center Luc Longley, who doesn't mind deferring the attention to the Bulls' superstars.
I like it that way. That's. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's great to be a starter and to be involved with it. You know, that's the way I'd rather have it. Is let them sort of take the spotlight and the limelight and the shots in many cases, and yeah, just do my job as quietly as possible.
Before an untimely knee injury ended Luc's regular season, he was playing anything but quietly. The Bulls' big man from down under was having his best scoring season ever, posting a career-high 11.4 points per game, which could prove quite profitable when Longley becomes a free agent this summer.
Oh yeah, I think the contract years always put a little bit of pressure on people, but the worst thing you can do is start to force it and try to do things that you haven't been doing because you know, then you're liable to make yourself look bad. I've just tried to continue to do the things that I've been developing over the last 3 or 4 years, and it's turning out well for me.
Longley has spent much of his career as a scapegoat. When the Bulls play well, Luc receives little or no credit. But when things go badly, Longley usually is the first to be blamed.
Yeah, you get frustrated at times, but not for more than about 30 seconds. You know, I don't let it worry me too much, and you know, that's the way the team has to function. That's the way the team has to function. We're still getting it done. You know, it would probably frustrate me more if that were the case and we were losing.
Tell yourself you can do this, and you know that became one of the methods that I used to talk to Luc about maybe scoring, being more aggressive.
His fame and everything. It became the biggest story in the United States. Might have been one of the biggest stories in the world.
Today, Michael Jordan at age 32 tries to accomplish what no one else truly has in team sports history.
I was anxious to understand who my teammates were. My mindset was to go, you know, try to get back and win. So you have to be prepared. You got to be ready to play.
When Michael comes back, it's amped up tenfold. Just the intensity and the awareness of what's coming. So I think it took some time for Luc to adapt and adjust.
Michael in the air, dumped underneath. Longley goes up, missed it.
Luc and other players, they felt like that they were walking on eggshells.
He just had all these sharp edges, like some sort of a ninja star.
He may not like this story. In '98, we were playing the Utah Jazz. The first quarter ends. Luc has 12 points, 4 blocks, and 4 rebounds. And I go to Luc, I say, that's how you can play, man. You do that, we dominate. We up by 16 at the end of the game. Luc had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 blocks. We're winning by 16, we lose by 15. And I just looked at Luc and I said, you know what, Luc? That is the last time I'm gonna give you a compliment in the middle of the game.
You know, a couple of years ago when The Last Dance documentary came out, I was super excited, and I gotta be honest, I loved the documentary. For me, being a fan of that Chicago Bulls team, I really felt sorry for Ron Harper, and of course also for Luc Longley, because they basically didn't get any recognition in that documentary. And let's talk to the producer, what he has to say, and also what Steve Kerr had to say about that documentary and Luc Longley.
Okay. Luc Longley, the big man. What happened behind the scenes? Were you unable to track him down?
No, it was not due to our unwillingness to find him or his unwillingness to participate. It strictly was a budgetary concern. So I regret for the Australian audience that Luc doesn't sit down for an interview in this, but his face and his presence are certainly felt.
What's your thoughts on The Last Dance? I guess I talked to you, but I never talked to you about that in particular. I'm curious to hear what you thought about how that documentary ended up.
I think they did a great job with the documentary. They captured things really well. The hard part was not seeing some guys who really made a huge impact on our team, because they can only cover so much in a documentary. So guys like Ron Harper, Luc Longley were really, really big pieces and big people on our team, and we didn't get much info on them. And I was disappointed for them, just because it really is, you know, it's a nice thing for all of us to be able to look back on, you know, as teammates, you know, 23 years later. And I wish there had been a little bit more on those guys.
There was a lot of people that, you know, was a part of what happened in the 90s that, you know, probably got left out. But I felt bad that Luc wasn't involved.
Skinny, isn't he? Look how skinny he is.
I can understand why Australia would say, well, why wouldn't we include Luc? And we probably should have. And that was, I guess, if you look back and say if I could change anything, that's probably what I could have changed.
So it's so unfortunate that it's so difficult to find video clips about players that, yeah, basically were a little bit under the radar or were not the star players of their former teams. So I was very happy that I found a documentary about Luc Longley where I could grab some clips and at least put this video together. I hope you like it.
Okay. That's the end of this one, y'all. So you heard it from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Michael Jordan. Luc Longley was highly underrated. Was very important to the Bulls team. You know, I'm not even sure what specific years he was on the team. Someone let me know what specific years he was on the Bulls, man. What years he played on their championship runs and all that. But that's the end of this one, y'all. If y'all enjoyed, click on the last reaction, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'm out of here.